Broke the jeans at the VGMAs in 2019, the first gospel group ever to win the Group of the Year. Congratulations to you. It's a privilege speaking to you. Hey, Indinami. Nyala dojilo. Yo, and here we are, menya so nyapetemidogo. Alright, so we're going to have a conversation with them because last year they did a song which is against to speak about Corona and also, you know, to talk about all the things that we're going through as a country, as a world, and all of that. But before we go ahead and talk about that, we need to know which people we are speaking to. Yes, it's Bethel Revival Choir, but who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? So I start with you.
Okay, I'm Paula.
Paula?
Yeah.
Paula, what part do you sing in the group?
Alto.
Alto.
Yeah.
Okay, your name, please.
I'm MD River.
MD River. Hey, what does that mean?
Music director, Riverson.
Okay, MD River. I get that. And so you're a music director. You organize the group and all of that.
I'm actually the assistant music director.
Assistant.
Yes.
David is a music director, eh?
No.
Who is
David?
David?
Is the manager.
He's the manager of the group. Oh, I see. You guys have a manager.
The MD is Mr. Henry Kwame Dachomo.
Okay. And your name, please?
I'm Elizabeth Asan.
Elizabeth Asan.
And I sing soprano.
Soprano?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Your name, please?
I'm Adele Dachomo.
Adele Gachomo.
Dachomo.
Dachomo. And you play what role?
Soprano singer.
Soprano singer. So I'm trying to find my key very soon. I'll show you how much of a soprano I can do. But all of you in total are how many?
We're 150 in number.
150 in number.
Yes, please.
Those who sing and the instrumentalists.
Yes, please.
All include the 150 in number.
Yes, please.
And all of you belong to the Global Revival, Global Evangelical Church.
Yes, please.
All of you are in Pig Farm here.
Yes.
You don't have members outside your church.
No.
So what happens on every Sunday? You guys sing every Sunday because I have a friend called Bridget. She used to invite me. She says Sunday evenings when I come to Global Revival, I'll see you guys. It's true.
So it's not every Sunday. On the first Sunday of every month, we have this special program we do. It's a 2-hour non-interruptive praise and worship. So you come, we realized that on the usual Sunday, we are giving just 15 minutes to do praise worship ministrations. And we felt that was limited time. So we decided that for every first Sunday of the month, we give the church and our friends 2 hours of solid praise and worship. Just come, worship, and then after it, you go home.
And that's for free?
Yes, it's absolutely free.
And it's open to the public?
Yes.
I see.
And we've been blessed to have very seasoned ministers pass through over the years. And we've done this for the past 10 years and running. Is
that how you met Joe Metal?
Yes, please.
Okay, he came there or you invited him to join you?
So Joe has actually been a friend of our MD, Mr. Henry Dachomo, for a very long time. And then he's been coming around, and then he became a friend of the church, a friend of the choir, and he's always available to help us when we call on him. I
speak to you. A lot of us got to know this group when you collaborated with Joe Metal. Proud of that. Have you done any launch of an album? Have you any albums to your credit?
Yes. This year, that was 2018. We had an album, and that was a revival album. We, as my sister was saying, we had it with some of our ministers, and it went well. It went on well. And also we had this. A second Agbaja medley. You should hear that. That's
the new one that you're promoting now. And you call it Revival. You put it into bracket Revival as well?
No. So there are two songs. There's Revival, which was talking about the corona, pandemic, then everything that we're all going through and how God should revive us. And then there's the Agbaja medley, which was part 2 of the earlier Agbaja we had done. We realized that we didn't have a lot of that in the system. And Ever songs were limited, sort of. So when you go to even traditional Ever-speaking communities and churches, the songs that we did for administration was mostly Akan, Ga, English, and the Ever was limited. But we had a lot of songs in the system. So we said, why not? Let's remodify these songs, make it danceable, make it singable, and bring it up and let everyone enjoy it.
I like the fact that you brought in that factor. Also, you limit people who are not Evers from singing your songs. And so they might be nodding to it, they might be saying Vovome, and that's all they can say. They might, and I like the fact that you transcribe whatever you're singing about, but it limits a lot of people. Don't you have intentions of also crossing into other languages?
So we actually crossed into other languages. So our album is a 14-song album, and on it we have more than half of it not being ever.
Okay.
So we have a lot of songs that are not ever. And we actually have 2 albums. Our first album was in 2007. And then the second one was the Agbaja in 2018. And then we've done 2 singles last year. So we have a lot of songs that are not ever.
So how come we get to hear just the ever ones, you know, thriving and being the talk of, you know, town? Everybody knows Vovo Man, you know, that's all that people talk about.
I think it's preference. I think people like, because we've been used to hearing the Tree and the English songs over time, the ever came in as something new, something they haven't heard before. So people just caught onto it and they enjoyed it. But it wasn't really intentional that we are just selecting the ever songs. But our album has songs that are not ever.
Do I think that you guys went to sleep a while, you know, after winning the awards, after getting the attention of Ghanaians? MD Rivers.
No.
Because when you came, giddy, Bethel Revival Choir everywhere, But I won't say the same has happened after, you know, the successes you've chalked. Looks like, okay, let's relax now. Everybody knows us. And then, you know.
So we actually had a mega plan for 2020.
Oh, I see.
Corona interrupted our plans, so we were able to release 2 songs. Yes, despite Corona, we released 2. It was supposed to be a full album, just like 2019. So we didn't go to sleep.
You didn't go to sleep, huh? We don't feel that on the street, but it's good that you're talking about 2 songs that you've released now. But Corona is still here. How are you guys going to manage as a group? Yes, we are all maxed up and all of that, but 150 people were a lot of people, you know, to work with. How are you going to manage in this season to remain relevant?
So currently, we, like MD said, we wanted to launch a 3rd album last year, and then because of Corona, we couldn't do that. But we are looking at going virtual, especially for our worship nights, because we realized people had missed that experience and they were asking, you guys have been gone for too long and would want you to come back and all that. So we are trying to look around that. We might do a virtual concert sort of, or we'll probably look at limiting the number, because a stage can't contain all the 150. We want to observe the strict COVID protocols. So we'll look at probably restructuring the choir and limiting the number on stage and having the rest worship alongside with us. But some way, somehow, we would bring the actor experience, we'll bring the Bethel experience back to all our viewers and our
And I'm sure a lot of people who watch you or listen to you and say, do they write these songs themselves, or they are old ever songs that some of us have not heard before that, you know, you bring back to life?
We have our own songs that we did ourselves.
This particular one.
No, those are public domain songs.
Okay, so it's already
it was already in the system. And then we took it and redid it sort of.
Okay.
But we have our own songs that we did ourselves, which is also on the album.
Several of them actually.
I see. Yeah. So why guys, we don't get to hear those ones? Which one? Anyone you did with Jometal that is yours? Anyone that you did on this album that is yours?
Mawu back there, we did with Jometal, but then it's our
How does that sound like?
Mawu back there, Mawu back there, wenye fia wozifia, wenye nutiko kefia, Mawu back there,
very simple song that everybody can sing. Yeah. But you're not pushing that one, you're pushing Vovo Me. Vovo Me is everywhere. That's the only thing we get. But I want to be very curious this morning. Like Joe Wafi Sevegbe.
Joe, me do Sevegbo. Like Ese Dome, Gakeme Sopeteo.
Kaka G Pepe Joe sang the song as if, you know, he's ever.
Yeah, he made the effort to learn.
Joe is a sharp guy.
And he did.
He learned it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and he nailed it.
The portion he sang, is he also in the public domain, like he said, or
yes,
you guys he had to write that one, or you guys had to put it?
It's a public domain song.
No, so, even Joe's part.
Yes. Please.
Oh, I see. Holla seems to be disagreeing.
No, are you talking about the Hallelujah?
No, I'm talking about the Vovo.
Oh, the Vovo. Yeah, that's a public domain.
You have another one called Gogokokwe.
Yeah.
And that Joe also features on?
No, we did that. We wrote that ourselves.
You wrote it yourself. Yeah. Okay, that one you've said already. Yeah. So let's talk about now the plan for 2021. What are we likely to do?
So in 2021, we will be starting with a monthly worship program. which I spoke about earlier. It might be virtual sort of. We might have a little sit-in, but the numbers might be limited because of COVID. And then later in the year, we are looking at releasing our 3rd album.
Okay,
and we are working hard to get that to come through. And then I think that's the plan for now. And then, yes, we have evangelism that we do as part of the choir's issues. We feel that it's not just enough to just sing. Sometimes you need to go out and evangelize more about what you are singing about. So year on, we do evangelism programs outside of Accra, sometimes with our sister churches, sometimes we partner with Joe, we partner with other groups. So this year we are looking at doing one of those because last year we were not able to do that. You get invitation to,
like you partner with your sister churches, but yes, you don't get invitations to other churches. So you belong to a global evangelical, say an ICGC calls you to come and minister. Do you get those kind of
we get them and we do.
You hear a lot of that?
Yeah, we get a lot of
them. Play 150 apete?
No.
Okay, because I'm worried that you came, anyways, because of the situation we found ourselves in, that's why there are only 4 of them. This is not a number that is close to 150. But let's enjoy a song from them and then we'll wrap up the conversation shortly.
Novinha uma ponukle lododo anuku la ina nuku ge ada oga chamotolo tipo heavy o for mi ada oga jakpanyi gbatia epemanonyi awodo muda floflo gaka da ko wo yoka asi oga janyi gbanyi dia wawenya amasi o honya la klechi na la gele ma wawe gala chechege chalofa amabagare we wo yoga kama piaro kutia go fiaro pa ya do gare udai ado ya chebulu do to ya la tori ucha ododio anya ajego maba ajego chata klicha epicha amake ige ododio esuema hoye agamone hunama mai maugo 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 atakabola hey esuema hoye agamone hunama mai maugo esuema hoye agamone
Hey, I'm trying the Agbaja move, you know, and that is part of the new one they've released. That's what you're seeing. Bethel Revival Choir is the name of the group, and they've been doing this for quite a while. I hear so that you guys have been in existence for over a decade.
Yes, please.
For over a decade. I hear that people have retired, new members have come, and all of that. But for a lot of people, you broke through with Vovome, and which is real. But let's talk also about how 150 of you manage to converge almost every time. People are working, you have just 4 of you here. It means that people have work schedule and all of that. How are you able to converge?
So mostly we wouldn't have all the 150 at a go because we have some who work outside Accra, we have others who are students amongst us. So on an average, we have between 35 to 50 on an average, especially on Sundays. But on weekdays, because of our work schedules, we are not able to, and that's why we are only 4. But don't worry, we will come with a full squad in the
hopefully
near
when
future.
COVID is gone, we'll have you. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is the chanting that you do. You know, people who don't understand Eve see you chanting with calories and that, whatever it's called, and feel like this is unchristian-like.
So the hostel and the calabash and the beads are not devilish. They are traditional accessories. And then if we go into the traditional Ewe setting, the traditional Ewe history, these are things that normally come with our history, our tradition, our culture. So it's a way of identifying ourselves. It's not devilish. It has no evil connotations. But we use it, and all the chants that you hear us saying, you hear the lead singer say, is actually based on the Bible. Like for the new one, the chant is talking about the sower, the parable of the sower, throwing the maize seedlings. Some fell on the rock, some fell in the thorn, some fell on fertile ground. So as much as it is chanting, it is talking about biblical things. So it's not really anything devilish, anything evil, sort of.
Yeah, so those of you say in the typical culture, if you go over and they do those things, if you're all little blah, you know have that perception. Yeah, blah, they are tying you. When they say they bring cards and favors, you say what is happening.
Yeah,
you know, that's how people have that kind of perception. But I hear that you're not open to members beyond your church.
To be a member, you have to be a member of the Global Evangelical Church Kotobabi. But then you can be an associate of the choir, you can be a friend of the choir. Joe is a friend of the choir. Akese is a friend of the choir.
Is that something like Akese too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pastor Edwin, Pastor Zuta, Pastor Neokai, Reverend Helen Nielsen. We've had all of them. They're all friends of the choir. And we have other sister choirs that we partner with, Praise, Love Gift, Pastor Jeshon, HBM. They all are partners of us. And they help us along the way. So you can be a partner, you can be a friend.
You can be a partner, but you cannot be a member unless you're part of the church.
Global Evangelical Church.
All right, so maybe people want to, because of you, want to be members of the church, because it looks like you're also using it to get members to your church. You have been quiet all along. It's like a strategy to get members for your church.
Well, it's a good strategy.
It's a good strategy, yeah. So you admit that?
Well, if you come because of that, we'll accept you.
I see. So people who want to join your church because they want to see Bethel Revival Choir,
they're welcome.
You have to direct them to how to find
So we
your
are
church.
Kotobabi Down, just behind the Modex filling station. So when you get to Kotobabi Down, the Modex, just ask for Global Evangelical Church, and anybody will bring you.
And anybody will bring you. What about those who want to book you for shows and all of that?
So please go to our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook. Our name is Bethel Revival Choir. Our contact details are there. You pick it, you give us a call. And we are more than available to help you.
All right, so that's the Bethel Revival Choir, award-winning Bethel Revival Choir, urban gospel group located right here in Accra. They said that you're in Pick Farm, Kotobabi to be precise. If you want to join them, you need to be a member of the church. Babina says another form of evangelism. So let's go support the word of God. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much.
We're taking a break, but there's still more here on TV3NEWDAY. Please don't go away.
Have you for me? And I will get a penny gatia, a Pemanonia would do good of Flogata, that you can. As you will get any Bania, while when you are Masio Hoyala, Clutchy, and Yalaka.